Okay, hi, this is the 2010 Darth Vader on the Repro Empire Strikes Back card, and it's the same as the Saga Legends figure. So they say it's got different paint apps. The figure's really good. Removable helmet, removable helmet's in two pieces as well, and it's got nice silver apps to the chest armor, and it's probably one of the best Darth Vaders, if not the best Darth Vader figure ever. And you've got the Empire Strikes Back card. That image is the classic image. So on YouTube I've just uploaded a Return of the Jedi 1983 carded Darth Vader with the second picture. So this is the original picture. So you get this picture on the Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and some of the Return of the Jedi cards, plus the Power of the Force cards. And there's the figure. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. There you are. So there. Nice cloth accessories, lightsaber, and so paid £6 for this. Not bad, very good. And there you've got the back of the card. It shows the original 1982-80 version with the original figure, and then the other figures. So this is only the third of these cards I've got. I've got the Sand Trooper plus the droid. What droid is it? It's the one of Darth. What's his name? Grievous's guards. Magna Droid, that's it, the Magna Droid. Both of those have got the silver foil, so that's your Darth Vader. Okay, next thing I want to show you is, in this sort of mega haul I guess, because is the IG Lancer Droid. You can see it's really detailed. It's more or less an IG, similar to an IG-88, but it's got points on its shoulder, so it looks a bit more broader. Has a darker paint application to its body. Comes with the same weapons as the IG-88 plus the lance as well. You saw this in the Clone Wars, the original Clone Wars, not the current series, but the original cartoon series. And you can see it's really detailed. It's a Builder Droid 2008, I guess, a Legacy Collection, and these are the figures that came in that series. And you've got the droid part there, so it's for the Builder Droid for R4J1, and there you are, the IG Lancer Droid. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. There you are. So there's the Stormtrooper Blaster laser rifle there, where you can see it's really bent, and the lance, and IG-80 Lancer Droid. Okay, next thing I want to show you is this NIKTO guard. So this is from 1983-84. It's Canadian AFA, and I've been collecting a lot of Canadian vintage of late, so this is a really nice card. The bubble's slightly yellowed. Figure looks pretty cool. Let's see if I can get a better picture. Yep. And it's Return of the Jedi. Has the Emperor offer in the bottom corner. Only 4 figures come on this card, so it's a NIKTO, 8D8, and 2 others. If you want to find out more information, go to wompratt.com, and that's like really has all the info on Canadian Star Wars vintage cards. They tell you how rare they are and all that sort of stuff. I think this is the level 1, level 2, which means it's pretty, comes up pretty often. And you've got the information there. You've got the two languages, English and French there. All the figures, the 65 figures there. So NIKTO's not actually shown on the back of this. So that's something unique to this card. You've got the Emperor offer there, and you've got the offer in English at the top and French at the bottom, and you've got the pop there, and a white square at the bottom. So really nice card. It's AFA graded, and the grades are 85. Card gets 80, bubble 85, figure 85. Let's see if I can get a better look. There's the figure. There's your NIKTO, and very nice on a Canadian card. So I've got this on a US card as well, and plus on Tri logo. So they're on YouTube already, so you can check them out. So that's your Canadian NIKTO card. Okay, this is a quick haul, so I'll do better reviews later in the year, because it's the summer holidays now, so people might be going away and stuff like that. So there's your Canadian NIKTO, very nice, very nice. Okay, this is the KLAATU. These are a very easy to find figure. This one's slightly unusual that it's a Canadian card, but even in terms of Canadian cards, this is still a very common Canadian card. So it's KLAATU on a Return of the Jedi card, ungraded. And you've got at the top there, you've got the languages in English and French. You've got the name KLAATU there. So this figure's just been redone as woof, and you can get that now. So this is the original KLAATU figure. It's quite a famous figure. The variations are with the limbs. So on this one they look pretty grey, but on some you get a tan limb. So the two arms and the two legs, they can either be grey or tan, and depending on the combination you might have one grey leg and 3 tan limbs, or vice versa. That can really affect the price of that figure. So this is KLAATU. He comes with a sort of skiff guard weapon. 2 versions of KLAATU were released in the vintage line. This is the first version, and they released him in a skiff guard outfit as well. So there's KLAATU, now known as Woof to you younger collectors out there. And this is the back. So this is a 65 back. It's got the pop at the top, which is unusual because on American cards they have the pop at the bottom. So there's the Canadian pop in the top corner there, and then it says collect all 65 figures, and it says it in French as well. I'm not going to say it in French because my French is so bad. You've got the famous blacking out of the 2 Ewoks, that's Chief, Chirper and Logray, because George Lucas didn't want to spoil the surprise of the Ewoks being in Return of the Jedi. And then you've got at the bottom the actual offer for Neon Numb there. So you've got him there, and at the top you've got it in English, and then at the bottom you've got it in French. The expiry date for this offer was the 31st of January 1984, so I'd have still been 13 then, almost 14. So there you are, there's the Canadian KLAATU, or as you youngsters will call him, Roof. Oops, I dropped the bleeding card. So there you are, Roof. Return of the Jedi KLAATU. And very nice item it is. These come up quite often in the UK, so it's not a hard find. I think it's on the oneputwap.com. This is a level 1 figure, so it's easy to find. It bubbles pretty yellowed, but most KLAATU figures these days on the vintage cards do have yellow bubbles, unless you get a Palatoy or a Tri logo one. So there you are. That's your KLAATU. Okay, this is Lando Calrissian from the original trilogy collection. So he's a modern figure on a repro style Empire Strikes Back card. Comes in a clamshell. These came out in 2004, I think, and the figure is one of the best Lando Calrissians, probably the best Lando Calrissian. He's in his classic Empire Strikes Back costume with arms with an Imperial Blaster, and he comes in a really nice cape as well. And you've got the original card picture from the vintage line, plus the Empire Strikes Back logo, so he was first released on that card. And these were quite expensive, so they usually go for over £10 each. I've got this for less, but still, you know. So, and on the back it's got, these are quite like the new cards now. So this is the original trilogy collection, and then this is the vintage collection. So you can see how similar they are. So that's the Darth Vader figure. Doesn't come in a star case, and that's the original trilogy collection figure. So it says the same thing, celebrate the legendary blah blah blah. And you've got there the original figure, which wasn't a great sculpt, but is a classic figure on his Empire Strikes Back card. There's two major variations with Lando Calrissian, to do with paint apps to the teeth, whether he has white teeth or not. And then you've got the four figures that are originally available. You've got the Darth Vader there on the Empire Strikes Back card. You've got the Lando Calrissian, which is this one, the Yoda, and the C-3PO. So most of these have been redone in the 2010, 2011 lot. And then you've got the Darth Vader here, which is the 2010 version. I've got quite a few of the 2004, 2005 version Darth Vaders, but the Woolworths version, which is the UK version. So there you go. So Lando Calrissian comes in a really nice star case. It's a shame the new figures don't come in this star case. And there you go. Let's see if we can get a better look at Lando Calrissian. He's got Imperial Blaster. Looks pretty well articulated. Looks like he's got slide elbows, which are bugbear for most collectors. Ball jointed shoulders, must have swivel wrist, ball jointed head, knees, upper legs. I don't know about the feet. My feet must be, I'm sure they are. So there you are, Lando Calrissian in his BESPIN outfit on a really nice Empire Strikes Back reproduction, and that's your original trilogy collection from 2004. So there you go. Okay, next two are from the original trilogy, well, the LEIA BESPIN here is from the original trilogy collection, and then I think these came slightly later. So you've got Slymore here. She was in episode 2, 3, I guess, and then you've got and she was like hanged around with the Emperor or Senator Palpatine, and then you've got Leia in her classic BESPIN outfit. So you've got these two cards. She's got the Rebel logo in the top corner there. So let's have a quick look at Slymore first. So it's quite a nice sort of retro styled card with a background picture behind the figure. And you've got Coruscant Senate there. The figure's really good. It's got a lot of detail to it. Bald headed, holding a pistol that we never saw her hold in the film. Blue dress with a sort of lighter blue, looks like it's rubber. Yeah, it's paint brushed rubber. Outer dress all. And let's see if we can get a good shot of the face without it going out of focus. There you are, Slymore. She's got a sort of bluish makeup around the eyes. And there you are. I doubt if this figure has much in the terms of articulation. So there you go. And let's look at the back. Slymore. Slymore is the Starfade for the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, is never far from his side. She has a piercing gaze and can only see in the ultraviolet spectrum. Her species, the Umbarans, are rumoured to be able to influence and even control the minds of others. It is believed that she is very close to Palpatine and knows his deepest secrets. And on the back of the card you can actually see the figure there, plus the photograph of her there, and then the other figures that were available at the time, and the add in the corner to Hasbro.com. It's got 2004 on the back of the card, so it's pretty getting on a bit. Slymore, number 3 in this range. Nice figure. And then we'll look at LEIA BESPIN, or Princess LEIA, they just call it there. In her BESPIN gown, a lot more improved over the vintage figure. There's sort of colour applications to the outer dress. She's holding an Imperial blaster. The likeness is really pretty spot on, and it is a nice figure. The background is from the BESPIN scene, so it's a good figure. Original Trilogy collection, and there you go, holding a sort of bronze coloured Imperial blaster, and it says includes base, does that say base, and blaster. OTC 18 this is. Okay, on the back you've got a picture of Princess LEIA in her BESPIN gown, plus the actual figure there, and other figures. I've got those two, I've got Lobot and Cloud Car Pilot. Okay, and I think I might have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, the Rebel heroes, Princess LEIA, Han Solo and Chewbacca, I think they are safe in the company of Han's old friend, Lando Calrissian. This guy here, who is now Baron Administrator of Cloud City. They have no reason to expect trouble as they enter the dining room, but they discover that they have been betrayed to the Imperial forces when they come face to face with the evil Darth Vader. So that's LEIA in her BESPIN gear outfit, and it's quite a good figure. OTC, so you've got her there, and you've got Slymore here, both female characters. And now it's time to say Bond farewell, bid a Bond farewell, is it bid, well whatever. Anyway, time to say goodbye to these two girls and on to two other. Okay, this is the Darth Vader vintage die-cast TIE Fighter, so came out around 78, 79. So you know, I've posted a few videos on the Imperial TIE Fighter, so I've got 4 versions of that, and recently I acquired a loose TIE bomber, and I did earlier than this got the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter loose, so there's a video about that as well. Okay, so this is pretty old now. The card's not in the best condition. It's pretty worn around the hang tag. There's a crease there, crease there, crease there, crease there, but it's getting on in its years, so it's over 30 years old, this card. And you can see in the top corner it has the Darth Vader helmet there, which is quite unusual, plus the Luke and Leia holding the lightsaber, and then you've got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, nice pink background. Everyone knows, well, maybe you youngsters don't know, but the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, there's a variation with a short-winged TIE Fighter, and that's worth a fortune. So if you ever come across one of these with really short wings, that's worth a fortune. And this looks just like the regular version. Obviously they just used the Imperial TIE Fighter body, so it's not like the proper Darth Vader's TIE Fighter there, which would extend around the crescent to a crescent shape there. So there you are, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. Looks really nice. The bubbles are pretty clear, very clear actually. And you've got a scene of Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, an X-Wing, airbrushing there, plus the Death Star. And on the back, it's a 21 back card, so you've got all 21 figures, plus the later release die-cast vehicles. You've got the Y-Wing, the Star Destroyer or Imperial Cruiser, and the Millennium Falcon. These are just mock-ups there. And then you've got the 3 4 that were already available: the Land Speeder, the X-Wing, the Darth Vader's TIE, and the TIE Fighter, plus the 2 weapons you could buy: the 3-position laser rifle plus the Han Solo blaster. And then you've got all the figures. You've got, including Boba Fett, so we're seeing 1978 on the back of this card, right at the bottom. This is a US card. You can get this on Canadian card, British card, Palatoy. So, but this is my first Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. So I've been concentrating on the Imperial TIE Fighters, the regular white version, rather than this version. So there you go. Nice, looks nice. There you go, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. A cool looking ship. Okay, this is excuse me. This is Princess Leia Organa on the 12-back Star Wars Kenner card US. So it's really probably the definitive edition of Princess Leia. I mean, the only versions better would be a Palatoy or a Meccano or a Clipper, but they're even more scarce, or Canadian. So even on a US Kenner card, this is really hard to track down and get at a reasonable price. So it has a white price square at the top, the name of the character, Princess Leia Organa, classic image there, the figure, classic figure now. You can get these in 12-inch format now, or soon. This is a classic figure. I never had this one as a kid. I know my sister did. I think I flushed it down the toilet, so just despite her, the sort of brother I was, I think I flushed all her Star Wars figures. I knew she had the vinyl cake jar as well, and I know I flushed that down the toilet. Anyway, so here you are. These are the Princess Leia on a 12-back card. You've got the classic Leia and Luke holding the lightsaber. Only on these Star Wars cards do you have a few stars in the upper portion as well. Classic image. They didn't change the image on Return of the Jedi cards. They used the same image, and I've got on video on YouTube 2 Return of the Jedi Princess Leias. For a long time, the Return of the Jedi Princess Leia was worth more than the 12-back. It's only past, say, 3, 4, 5 years that this one's become more valuable, just because it's the 12-back version. So this is Princess Leia on a 12-back card. It's been graded, but not by AFA, by the UK graders, and the UK graders say it's a Star Wars Princess Leia 1977 Kenner 12-back. It gives it a rarity factor of 2 stars and gives the card 80, bubble 85, and the figure 85, and overall the piece gets 85. Doesn't tell you exactly what type of 12-back it is, like whether it's a 12-back A, 12-back B, 12-back C. I've got the John Kellerman book. I could look it up, and when I've got more time I will. And you can see on the back it's got the list of 12 figures, the classic image of the 12 figures, paintings of the TIE Fighter, the X-Wing, and the Land Speeder, telling you how to pull out the telescoping lightsabers, which were quickly replaced with just the pull-down lightsabers. There's an offer at the bottom there for a display stand, or a collector's action stand, and that expired May the 1st, 1979. There's the pop there, and you had to send in proof of purchases. So these little things here you had to send in. Everyone knows in England we had to send in the name tags of the characters. So there you go. This is your 12-back, and it says, let's see what it says about Princess Leia. It says, Princess Leia Organa, 3.5 inches, has a removable cape and laser pistol. The laser pistol has come loose and is at the bottom. The figure looks pretty good. The bubble's very clear, which is nice. Little tinge of pink to the arms and legs compared to the body, but that happens over time. Still classic image, Princess Leia, and there you are. Let's continue on with our massive Star Wars haul before the holiday. Okay, this is Luke X-Wing. This is pretty rare. This is on a Canadian card. It's an Empire Strikes Back card which has had a Return of the Jedi logo there, sticker, sorry, stuck over it. Still got the price sticker, original vintage price sticker, and they've added another sticker there which is for Return of the Jedi figure offer. And there's the Luke in his X-Wing gear. So this is a Canadian 41 back B card with the added Canadian transition stickers. So these in Canada are known as transition cards, and you have the Canada decided not to, because Return of the Jedi was about to come, so they decided to just take all the current Empire Strikes Back cards and just put stickers over them, all the surplus they had, and sell them so that they could trademark or advertise the new Return of the Jedi film. And there's the offer for Admiral Akbar there, and it's got the offer in English and in French, and this time I'm going to read it. Special offer: get an Admiral Akbar figure from the new Star Wars movie Return of the Jedi with 6 proofs of purchase. Just purchase 6 Star Wars action figures, send in the 6 proof of purchases, seals with your name and address to the address below. Return of the Jedi offer, PO Box 335, Station C, Toronto, Ontario, M6J3N1. Offer expires August the 1st, 1983. Allow 10 days, 10 to 12 weeks for processing. Okay, and there's the seal, which is part of the sticker overlay. And as you can see, this upper part of the card is your bog standard Canadian Empire Strikes Back 41 back card, and it says there at the top in French, Empire Strikes Back. I did say I wasn't going to read French today. And then it says in French at the top, then in English, Star Wars action figures, collect all 41. And there you can see Luke X-Wing there. So this is a really kind of rare item, really nice, very expensive. And I had to pay import duty on this, and that was exorbitant as well. Her Majesty's Customs, it's outrageous that they charge so much money. This is not available in the UK, and yet Her Majesty's Customs, the scum, think they can rip us off. But you have to pay. Well, from now on, try not to buy from the States anymore, because this country is such a rip-off. That's the UK. They just tax us to death, you know. This country's just... A lot of you viewers are American, but this country, we need the X-Wings to come and blow up the Houses of Parliament. Anyway, so just because of the customs charges, it's ridiculous. Huge amount I had to pay on this just to import it into this country. But the item's really nice. The dealer who sold this to me said that I had offers that if I backed out, he'd had offers for paying twice as much. Whether that's true or not, who knows. So anyway, and we won't. So it's a really rare item. So you got, and according to him, the guy who sold this to me, he says there's only, according to AFA, Action Figure Archive Authority, sorry, this is the only known example. So that shows you how rare this is. So I'm sure in Canada someone else has one of these, or within the States. They just need to send it to get graded. These transition cards, all of them are pretty rare. The most common is C-3PO. But you know, why I'm a bit low on money at the moment, is because of this. It costs so much. But it's, I guess it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to grab this. I was talking to someone yesterday. He's a big Star Wars dealer, a UK dealer, and he was saying that at the moment on eBay lots of really good stuff's coming up, so you know, like stuff he's never seen before. There's even a couple of amazing prototypes at the moment on eBay. They're really expensive. They're like it's a Rebel Commando prototype figure on a Landau Calrissian Empire Strikes Back card. That is I remember seeing that in a magazine, Lee's Action Figure News, years ago, and that's now actually available to buy if you've got mega bucks. So this is not as rare as that, but still mega rare. And if you are into Canadian stuff, then you know, this really nice item. I haven't even taken it out of its AFA bag yet. I will one day, but not yet. And you know, nice, just look at that. As soon as I got it last Monday, finally, it took about a month to come from the States to here. I mean, it's held up in customs for a really long time, you know, until I had enough money to pay the bleeding custom charge. This country's a disgrace. This government's a disgrace. We should overthrow it. We should be like this Luke X-Wing. We should be rebels, overthrowing the government, changing this society for the better, you know. We'll just end up in anarchy, you know. Anyway, that's my rant. It's just got, you know, but this is a really nice item. It looks amazing. Bubble looks pretty clear. They say it's yellow. I mean, look at the grades. It says 1980 Canada Star Wars Empire Strikes Back 41 Back B Luke X-Wing Pilot Return of the Jedi Transition sticker. And it says card is 80, bubble 85, figure is 80, yellow, near mint, and it's an archival case. That's because this thing is mega rare. So there you are. So let's see. Return of the Jedi figure offer. Luke Skywalker X-Wing Pilot. Anyway, time to move on. I'll do a better video of this when after the summer holidays. Alright, cheers. Okay, more Canadian. I already put a video up about this. This is the Emperor's Royal Guard on Canadian 77 back. Okay, the bubble's pretty yellow, but the card's really nice. Typical Canadian Return of the Jedi. About the same price as a Kenner card, US card, or Palatine might be even more expensive. 85 grade. So the card, the whole thing's 85. Everything's 85. Card, bubble, and figure 85. Yellow near mint. Return of the Jedi, Emperor's Royal Guard. Excellent figure. 1983. This was a class figure. I actually got the one I had when I went to see Return of the Jedi in the UK on its first day of release. So actually was selling them in the cinema. So there you are. That's the Emperor's Royal Guard. Looks really good figure. Nice cloth cape. Comes with a staff. You can just make it out there. And it's a great likeness. Far better than the Power of the Force version, Power of the Force 2 version that came out in the 90s. Okay, so typical Canadian back, 77 back. No offer on this card. It's just the 77 back with the languages in English and French, and then what's available, the Max Rebo set and all that sort of stuff, plus the pops in the lower corner. So there you are. Another nice Canadian card. So you've seen on this review 4 or whatever, update, haul, update, whatever. You've got 4 Canadian cards. You've got this, which is fairly rare. If you go to romprat.com, you'll see how rare it is. Level 2, I think. The Luke on the X-Wing Transition card, which is mega rare. The NIKTO, which is I think level 2, level 1, which is on a 65 back. Or was that? Yeah, that's a 65 back card with the Emperor offer, and the KLAATU, which is on a more with a what offer was the KLAATU one? Well, you saw that one as well anyhow. So you've seen 4 Canadian vintage cards. 5 years ago I had no Canadian cards, so you know they're only starting to crop up in the UK now and again. So, and I think it's a nice area to focus on, a bit more unique than the US versions and just as good as the Palatoy versions. So there you are, the Emperor's Royal Guard on Canadian card. Unpunched, 85 all round, yellow near mint with a 77 back, and there's already a video about this on YouTube by me. So there you go, nice card. Okay, so this is the Vader I was telling you about. This is the Return of the Jedi 65 back B Darth Vader, 1983. It's got the second picture on it, which this picture looks amazing. So it's got pinkish purplish tint to it, looks really good though. And there's the figure, Darth Vader on a Return of the Jedi 1983 card. So what Kenner did back in the day was to some of the older figures that have been around since the Star Wars time, they decided to update the pictures. So they did that for the Vader, the Han Solo, the Luke Skywalker. They didn't do it for Princess Leia, they did it also for Chewbacca. And who else? Let me think. I should know these. I've talked about it anyhow on one of my Han Solo reviews, because I've got the Han Solo with the updated picture as well. So they just did it to refresh the line, and this picture looks amazing. It's the same figure though. And on the back you've got a 65 back US Kenner card with the pop at the bottom. And what's interesting about this is, I don't know if you can just about focus on that. Let me see. It says made in Mexico. I don't know if it was carded in Mexico. The card doesn't look like the stock might be the Mexican type. It might have been carded in America or Mexico, who knows. The figure was definitely made in Mexico. And if you go on sites about, just Google Lily Ledy Darth Vader, and this will tell you how to recognize the Darth Vader figure, the Mexican version, from the more common Hong Kong version. So with this version, you've got, if you notice the stomach panel there, the chest panel, the paint works a lot less than on the regular version. The buttons are slightly smaller, so that's one way of telling that's a Mexican Ledy figure. The other thing is the helmet. In side profile it's more pronounced, and that's another way of recognizing the Mexican Darth Vader. And the final way of telling is, if you look at the lightsaber, it's really thick and bright. So the Mexican Lily Ledy figures have a thick blade. So those are the 3 things you've got to look for. You've got to look for the chest plate, the sculpt on the head, the actual mask, the lower part of the jaw almost sticks out, it's more pronounced, and the thickness of the lightsaber. And then of course the manufacturing on the leg, that's another giveaway. So if you just go on Google and just say Ledy Darth Vader, and you'll find out how to, there's sites that are devoted. Rebel Scum, they have a good thing about it as well. So if you go on Rebel Scum, they can tell you about the Darth Vader. So this is the second picture, and there's the back again. Okay, so now you've got the old and the new. You've got the original 1983 Darth Vader second picture on a Return of the Jedi card, made in Mexico. And now you've got here, and I've already talked about this one, this is the vintage collection Empire Strikes Back reproduction card with the modern Darth Vader on it. So the figures are really incomparable, because there's just so many, there's 30 years between these two, so you know, more than 30 years. So it just shows, this is the history of figure Star Wars figures in a nutshell. You've got the 1978 version of Darth Vader. Obviously that one was made a bit later, but it's still essentially the same figure. And then you've got the 2010 version of Darth Vader, and you can see that the detailing is just, the two figures are incomparable. But then you've got to think the cards are comparable. That the cards are, that this card is a reproduction of that card, or very similar to that card. And it just goes to show you that people love the old cards. They probably, and people my generation love these old figures. I'd rather have this figure, even though it can't do anything compared to this figure. I'd rather have that one than this one any day. But still, you know, I love the old cards, and this is an old card reproduction. It looks wicked, and you've got the new figure on it. So this caters for everyone. That's why these things are selling out so much. Especially, look at the Gamorrean guards. You can get that's probably more expensive than the vintage one these days. So here you are, the old and the new. Darth Vader and Darth Vader. Both picture variations. So this picture, as I said before, you got on the Empire Strikes Back some of the Return of the Jedi and Tri-Logo, plus the Power of the Force, and of course the original Star Wars cards. What Kenner or Hasbro should do now is put Vader's on picture cards like that, because this picture looks pretty awesome. So there you are. There you go. Anyway, time to go. I need to eat. Okay, this is the Power of the Force 2, 1996, I guess. Carded Imperial Gunner, but this is the Italian one. So this, only Italian cards have the their own nationality. Plus the US cards, I guess, and the Canadians were for Canada and South America. These are the only nation-specific Power of the Force 2 cards, so they're far lot more scarce than any other of the Power of the Force 2 cards. So this is the Kenner logo with the GG, which is the Italian distributor, and then it says Guerre Stellari Star Wars, and then it's got the name of the Imperial Gunner, Morta Nera. Morta must mean death in Italian, and then it says, it's got, you know, the weapons, assault rifle and all that sort of stuff. There's the figure. The figure's really good. One of the better early figures, not too overly muscled. Comes with this massive assault rifle plus the Imperial blaster, but it's a really good likeness. And not a bad figure. So head with swivel arms, swivel at the shoulder, swivel at the waist, swivel at the upper legs. And then in the back of the card it says Guerre Stellari again. It has the name of the figure in Italian and all the information, height 1.83 meters, then all the other figures that are available in the range. I've already shown you this one and that one on Italian cards. That's the Emperor and the Walrus Man, or Ponda Baba as he got later called. And here's the back of the Italian card. So it's a lot less writing than on the US or Canadian card and or a European UK card. And then you've got the GG, so 2 points there, or 1 point up there, and then has the Kenner GG logo, and 1997, so this one was from 97, so quite a few years ago. So this is what I really like to collect, because I mean most of the Power of the Force 2 stuff is pretty worthless these days, but the Italian stuff I just think looks really cool, and the vintage Italian stuff is so expensive these days, so this is the next best thing, is collecting Power of the Force 2 Italian Guerre Stellari figures. So, and this one's quite hard to track down. So, you know, and it looks really good, especially the name. Whoever can speak Italian, Articole delle Mortanera. So that just sounds so cool. So there you are, your Italian Kenner GG Power of the Force 2 Imperial Guard.